These are some Dinar Guru updates. Starting off with Mountain Goat, we must keep telling ourselves to remember that value and rate are two different things. We know for a fact that value of the dinar is very high, but the rate to reflect the true value is being suppressed. Why? It's called corruption. The Iraqi dinar has tremendous value, as Dr. Shabibi himself told the world way back in early 2000s that the dinar could sustain as much as $16 in US in open trading. I'm not saying this is going to be the rate when it comes out. What we want is the rate of exchanging to US dollars from dinars to rise. We already have the value. All right, Franc 26, they are connected with their banks inside of Iraq to the international banks outside of Iraq. This has never happened in my lifetime. Because this is happening right now, it's very obvious they're Article 8, and that's very obvious why the world is pouring in. Granted, they don't have to raise the value of their currency to be Article 8, but they have to have international laws in order to be Article 8. By doing so, that means that the dinar is going outside of the country. The evidence is there. We know what they're doing. All right, Mark Z via PDK, we are exactly where we were at yesterday. It's not a nothing burger. We are expecting movement sometime on Thursday. We're watching very closely. We have been here before, so I caution you all not to get excited. Pimpy article quote, the parliamentary finance sends an urgent message to the government regarding dollar prices. The news coming out of Iraq the last 7 to 10 days or so has been very positive. Baby steps, but you know what the nonetheless still positive. Quote, the Parliament Finance Committee called on Iraq government to restore the exchange rate of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar. People are going, oh, Pimpy, is this restored back to the original $3? No, they're talking about the rate change of $11.90 for every dollar. The economy supports it now with oil prices going up. Walking stick via Franc 26. It's now finished. The new CBI building. Talk about timing. This building is huge. It looks like the Tower of Babel. This bank was not ready 2 years ago. Nothing was ready 2 years ago. This bank is ready now. It is state of the art. You don't need the state of the art for a program rate. You need the state of the art for Article 8. The new CBI building is now ready for the monetary reform, and it's ready for the international banking world. It's going to be a currency central hub. Mountain Goat article quote, after the justifications for raising the price of the dollar is no longer required, demands to save the citizen from the greed of traders, quote, justification and motivation not to change the exchange rate to 14.50, but rather to return to the old exchange rate. They're talking about going back to the old exchange rate, upwards of $3 plus. This is very clear. They do not mean going back to the old previous post December 2020 program rate of $14.50. Yes, it cannot get any clearer the direction they want to take. Mark Z via PDK. We don't know how it will work in all countries, but here in the US, where we have so many currency holders, I can tell you undoubtedly there will be a number of redemption centers. I've talked to people in real life who have helped train folks for redemption centers. In other countries where there are fewer currency holders, they will probably just use banks. Even here in the US, they may designate certain banks as redemption centers, especially in rural areas. All right, Militiaman article quote, a government advisor reveals the goal of the 5 trillion initiative for the central bank. This is telling me that the CBI is fully aware of the global monetary policies and circumstances affecting the world and have a plan to help with those. To move a real economy takes being international and able to work on a level playing field. Iraq is not besieged any longer. They don't have the hyperinflation like the previous decades, nor do they have the debt. Getting to a market economy requires a level playing field. A program rate without being Article 8 compliant in totality is not going to level that field.